Welcome to Hawk Talk TV. I'm Jacob O'Brien, and here's the latest from Southridge this week. The annual Southridge Idol performance will take place on Tuesday, May 24th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the school's auditorium. You will not be able to purchase tickets online, but you can pay at the door for $5. The money will go towards an OHSU foundation called Kids Making Miracles, with the goal of raising $3,000. It's time to talk about every student's least favorite thing, tests. Every spring, seniors battle senioritis and important test scores, and this year is no exception. But what's up with big exams like the ACT and the SAT? Over to Amy Krakovic for more.
Many of our juniors took the ACT recently. All of the different parts of the college admission process are talked about frequently at school, including the tests and the test scores. We were wondering, what's the difference between the ACT and the SAT, and how do you know what's best for you? We asked Mr. Martin, Southridge's College and Career Readiness Counselor, how the two tests really compare.
A couple of the main differences would be the ACT tends to be a bit more verbal, so maybe a student that's strong in the verbal, English verbal, they might have more success on the ACT than the SAT. SAT is often more math, so maybe a stronger math student might do better on the SAT than the ACT. The ACT has an optional writing section that the SAT got rid of.
Which test is available to you mostly depends on where you live. For students here at Southridge, the ACT is provided once for free, but some students may think it's best for them to also take the SAT. Mr. Martin told us how he feels about students taking both tests.
As of right now, there's probably almost 2,000 colleges across the country that are test optional. So depending on the college the student's looking at, it's probably not necessary. Any school will accept either of them, but typically if we're going to offer it for free here, that's what I'm going to recommend a student do, and maybe not advise them to go take the SAT. It really depends on the college and, for the most part, the competitiveness of that college you're considering. The more competitive college might have more requirements or a higher standard where it might be more advantageous as opposed to a lot of state schools. It's probably not 100% necessary.
So what does all this mean about which test is best for you? It all depends on your plan for college. In some cases, it would be best to take both. In others, you might not need to take either. You can always talk to your counselors if you have questions. Good luck, test takers.
Mr. Martin also told us that both exams are about 3 hours long, and taking practice tests are always a good idea for preparing for either exam. Moving on to sports. As seniors have signed to the school they want a future with, congratulations to Ethan Jeffrey, Dominic Meninguez, Julia Pennell, Jake Dodge, J.C. Clee, Nolan Farisi, Jaden Bertram, Nathan Avias, Lily McFarland, Hannah Yamaguchi, and Francisco Endy. Let's give our own Skyhawk seniors, Thomas Theron and Mason Calgano, a round of applause for both making the spot at regionals for golf. As the track and field team wraps up its season, we asked some of the players how their season went.
My favorite event was probably shot put because I'm kind of good at it.
I don't have a favorite. I guess they're all my favorites. I really like discus though. It's kind of cool. I get to throw that thing really far.
Definitely the 100. No, the 4x1. The 4x1, 100%. Definitely the 4x1.
My favorite event is probably the 4x1.
My favorite event is probably long jump. Yeah.
My favorite event will probably be the 4x1 relay.
My favorite memory is going to Hayward and Eugene and competing with my friends who over the past 4 years I've gotten to know and we've gotten closer over time.
Running at the Oregon relays at Hayward, definitely.
Going to Hayward Field for the Oregon relays and PRing in the 4x1.
Hayward.
My favorite memory from this season is going to compete at Hayward Field and beating my PR for javelin there. Really fun.
Probably the Lake O Invitational when I was walking around with Khalil and Rico and they were asking girls for their snaps and I was counting. It was very funny.
On this week's question of the week, we asked students what their favorite local restaurant was. Off to CJ for more.
Hi Skyhawks, this is question of the week, and today we're asking, what's your favorite type of restaurant and why?
My favorite local restaurant is Dave's Hot Chicken because one of my friends introduced it to me like a while ago, and I noticed that they have different types of spices going from not spicy at all the way to Reaper.
My favorite local restaurant is Big Reds because they have really good like pancakes and food, and their like service is really fast.
My favorite local restaurant is Happy Lamb Hot Pot in Beaverton. I go there along with my family, and overall I have really good memories associated with the place.
I like taco trucks, mostly because they're open late at night, but also because a lot of the smaller places have they get the flavor right, so it's a lot better than the big brands and all that.
Thank you very much, CJ. That wraps up this week's show. From Hawk Talk TV, my name is Jacob O'Brien, and we hope you all have a great rest of your week.